Now we can get started building our home page within the Elementor editor. To get to where we are, go to your home page, and in the top left it'll say edit with Elementor, and click on that button and you will arrive where we are right now. To get started, let's click on add new section. This gives you a couple of choices. You can have 1 column, 2, 3, 4, and different breakups of how your columns are made up. To start, we're just going to select an individual column and grab a heading and drop it in the middle there. We can click here to change the title. To learn WordPress. And we can change the link to /learn. We're going to center that text and head over to style. We're going to change the text color to black. You can choose a color that you would prefer to have as your text. For now, we're going to keep it simple with black, and click on the typography, and we are going to change the font to Roboto and adjust the size until we are happy with how big it is. The weight is going to be how thick your text is. So if we go to 100, it's going to be very thin, and 900 is going to be very thick. We're going to keep it at 500 for now, and the letter spacing is how close together or how far apart you want your lettering to be. We're going to leave that at 1.7. Head over to the Advanced tab. Here we have our margin and our padding. We are going to adjust the margin. By clicking this chain link, you are unlinking all the values. If we leave it on and we enter an amount, all of them are going to update. If we unlink it and we change one of them, only one will change. So we're going to leave those at the right and left at 0, and the bottom we're going to have at 50, and the top at 150. The last thing we are going to do with our heading is add an entrance animation. So you can add a fade in down. There's some interesting ones that you can add in here that just give it a bit of animation when someone comes onto your site. So we're going to leave this as fade in down for now. Head back to the top right hand side here, and we are going to add a subheading in below our heading and change the text we're going to center that, head over to the style, and we're going to change the text color to white for now, and typography and the size, let's just change it back to black so we can see what's happening with our size of our text. And we're going to change the weight down to 300, and the letter spacing, just a bit of spacing there, to 1.1. Then we can go back and change that back to white, and head back, and we are going to add a button below our subheading. We are going to center that button and change the text to start here. Once we head over to style, you can choose a text color and a background color. So So we're going to leave that text color as white, and this background color, you can choose what is best for you and what you think is going to stand out the most and get people's attention to click on your action button. This border radius is going to smooth the edges, so we want to keep that linked and add 5 there, and you'll see it just gives us a nice smooth rounding. For the hover, we just want a similar color to what we have here, just slightly lighter. Add a bit more white to that and a bit of transparency. And when you hover over it, you'll see it just goes a bit lighter, so that people know that they are hovering over it. Head back into our main section and click on this column button here, and we are going to head to Style and Background, and we are going to choose a background. You can have a plain color as a background, or you can choose an image to add in there. And you can go upload files and choose a file from your computer. We've already uploaded an image here. You can choose your positioning. We're going to go with center, and size to cover. And we are going to adjust the margin here, unlink it, and let's add 150 to the bottom there, even more. That's better. Very happy with that. This call to action button will need to be adjusted according to what color you have as your background image. So try and find something that works with your image more, so it doesn't stand out too harshly for the eye. Once you have a color that you're happy with, we are finished our first section of the home page, and in the next section we'll show you how to tell your visitor a little bit more about your website. Now that we've got the top section of your WordPress website set up, let's get some more information for your visitors. So click on Add New Section, and we are going to select the one with 3 columns. We are going to grab an icon and drop it in there, and head back, and another icon, drop it in the middle, head back and grab a 3rd icon and drop it in there. Head back once more, and we are going to add text just below our icon to all 3 of these sections. Once we have our text, let's start editing it. On the first section, we are going to put WordPress at the top. On the second section, we are going to put a trophy. And on the 3rd section, we are going to select the Wi-Fi symbol. And these text boxes are going to help you tell your visitor what your website is about. So we are all about simple steps. That center button leading to big results. Center that as well. And full access. And center that. Now that we've got that sorted out, let's get some color involved here. So head on over to Style, and we're going to choose some colors. So let's go with red, blue and green. So we are going to get a nice WordPress blue. Here we go, and copy that code, and we're going to enter that for our text. So we have the same color there. Head over to typography. Let's get that Roboto text that we had, and let's have a look at that size. 30 looks about right, and let's just bring that weight down a bit so it's not too bold. 400 looks okay. Perfect. Into the next one. Let's go for a color. Let's go for a nice red. That looks good. And the text. Paste that code in there and change the text and increase that size so it's all the same size. And the last one we are going to do in a nice green. That looks good. And typography, just change that text and size up to 30. Here we go, and we have 3 very nice buttons to get us going. What I would like to do is add a nice spacer between the top and the bottom. Let's add some padding on the top and the bottom just to give us some nice spacing. And maybe just a bit there to give us that bit of space. Here we go, and we have our 3 buttons. In the next section we are going to add some more detail together with an image below this section. In this third section we're going to teach you how to add a bit about what you do on your website. So click on Add New Section, and we are going to select 2 columns. We're going to add a heading in the left hand side here, together with a bit of text below that, and on the right hand side we are going to add a button for a bit of call to action. Then we're going to hit this edit section, so we are editing both columns together, and we are going to change the background to a light gray. That's perfect. We're going to change that to EF, EF, EF. And then head back in here, and we are going to edit this text. And hit the text box at the bottom here, and we are going to change this to a bit about our website and what we do. So when our visitors arrive on the website and they do scroll down showing a bit of interest, we can give them a bit more information. Now that we have our text all set up, let's go back to this column and go to advanced, and we are going to add 50 to that margin, just to give us a bit of space between these two. And let's add in a bit of padding. Over to style, and we're going to change our text color to a plain black. Head over to the button, and we're going to change this button text to start now. And then we're going to head over to style and choose our text color. We're going to make this text color red, and the background color is going to be white with a bit of transparency. Then we are going to head over to the border, and we are going to have a border with a color of red. And then hit that radius as 2, and that gives us a nice border. What we're then going to do is change the padding. So this is going to be on the inside, and we're going to make that 20 so that the button sits nicely in the middle. That is the end of our third section. Once you're done there, click on this update button, and then head over to the top left and go exit to dashboard. And let's have a look at the work that we have done by clicking on the website name at the top, and let's have a look at what it looks like. So we've got our title, our menu, nice call to action here, our 3 explanations, and build your first website today. In the next lesson, we will be talking you through how to have a look at this website and how it will look on a mobile phone, because so many of our users today are on their mobile phone most of the time when they are browsing through a website. So we want to make sure that our website will look good on mobile phones.